Hey guys, welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment. I'm Richard. Thank you again for joining us. I'm in a windy spot today here in San Francisco. Well, today on Sidewalks, we're going to air an interview with the one and only wrestler, the Honky Tonk Man, that we actually shot in 2019 from Wizard World. We had this interview scheduled in 2020, but because of the pandemic, halted our production and other timely interviews that came our way, we are finally going to show this on the TV show and website. Okay, welcome back to Sidewalks Entertainment. I hope you can hear us. There's some music playing all of a sudden here.
Music's going, and I'm not the one playing it.
I know you should be. This is the Honky Tonk Man.
The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
That's right.
Hall of Famer 2019. There it is right there.
Well, let's see that again.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's my ring. Took me 40 years to get it, and I never thought I would, but I did. But I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Now, you're from Tennessee?
Yes, I grew up in Memphis, and I moved out to Phoenix, and I've been in Phoenix for 35 years now, but I still sound like I'm from Memphis.
Now, when you were starting out in wrestling, I mean, first off, how did you get involved with wrestling? Were you always a wrestling fan? I don't know.
I always say it's an extension of my childhood. I never wanted to grow up. I just wanted to play around my whole life. But I had some friends in college that wanted to do it, and I was, hanging around with them, and I started doing it. And then I had a cousin that was doing it, Jerry the King Lawler. So it kind of, then I liked it, and I kept doing it. And this is 45 years later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
I still go out there and put the tights on. I don't look too good in tights anymore, but I still do it.
So, I mean, Jerry's actually your cousin, right?
Yes, we're first cousins.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we've both been around the business for a while.
So, I mean, when you started out, how long did it take you? There's a whole bunch of training and, getting you into the household name sort of a thing. How long did it take you from that point to get, like, say, started with I guess you started with WWE, or at least
yes. No, I didn't. My training and all of that and everything it went into all the building of this character was about a 12, 13, 14-year process before I was ever seen on nationwide TV with WWF. Yes, it was a long process, and I never thought it would last that long or last this long at all. I never thought I had a 5-year plan. If it doesn't work in 5 years, I'm going to go back and coach high school football and be a school teacher. And then after 5 years, it went 5 more, and then 5 more, and then I lost count.
Yeah. Now, were you always known as the Honky Tonk Man?
No, early in my career, I had different names. I went by my real name most of the time that no one knows unless you go on Wikipedia or somewhere like that. And I developed this character. It came off a song from the 60s, and the words in the song were kind of exemplified this character I wanted to create, and I created it, and I took the name off of that song, and I ran with it, and WWE saw it, and they picked me up, and then I got exposure.
Did you ever, I'm just curious, I mean, it was always the same persona, like Elvis?
I haven't changed it since I started it, no. And it really wasn't, I didn't create it as an Elvis character. I created it to be like this guy Snyder was on a TV show One Day at a Time. He was the maintenance guy and had the little hair slicked back and the
cigarettes.
Yes. And so that was the character I wanted to create. This southern, sleazy, slimy, redneck character, and it evolved into this Elvis thing, because I had the sideburns and the black hair, and some wrestling fans mentioned the jumpsuit, and a wrestling promoter gave me the guitar, and that's how that started.
Wow.
Yes, so it progressed on, and then it's never changed since then.
Yeah. Did you ever get a chance to meet Elvis?
No.
He was boy. You're really good.
I would see, when I was hanging out in the bars in college and things, down where I would see them go by late at night, because they would go by, you'd see like 2 or 3 white Cadillacs flash by, and you knew it was them, and they were going to this one theater where they would go, and they'd go there at 2 in the morning and stay till like 11 o'clock the next day. And I worked at a trucking firm where we would send one of our guys actually went over and dropped the film off at Graceland. He would call and want these film, certain movies, and they would take them over and deliver them to his house, but I never did that.
So this is a hard question, but is there like a favorite match you had, or a wrestler did you work with that it was like incredible?
Well, I like working with Hulk Hogan because, of course, the money and the crowds that he drew. I guess I had my best run and everything with, ooh, yeah, Macho Man, yeah, ooh, yeah. So that's my Randy Macho Man, God bless him. And we were together for a long time, 6 or 8 months. It was a good run for me.
Yeah, you did WCW, WWE.
Yeah.
You know.
I've been in 37, 40 countries, I think. I've been everywhere. I lived a year in Puerto Rico and wrestled down there in some of the worst conditions that were known, because the fans really didn't like bad guys, and I was a bad guy, and you put your life in your life was on the line every night you went out there.
I don't know how you do that.
It was difficult. I mean, it was difficult. I've had some riots get started over here in Oakland, too, at the Coliseum, so, and over in San Francisco at the Cow Palace. I mean, to have to fight your way in and out of the building was just a way of life.
Yeah. But you don't regret any of it. You enjoyed every one.
I don't. I don't miss the fighting of all that nonsense. But no, I would never change anything. I've enjoyed this career path that I took, and I'm glad it happened.
And you're still part of WWE?
Yes, I'm still part of that.
If I'm not mistaken, Hall of Fame?
Yes, Hall of Fame was this year, this April.
2019,
yes. And so if they need me for something, I'm available. And now I come out and I do these things. I do Wizard World. I'm on with these guys, and I love doing this. And they put on great events. And we're going to have a full house here, and it's going to be nice tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Of course, Jimmy Hart's still doing it.
Yes, Jimmy's. And I just read today where Hogan wants a match at WrestleMania with Vince McMahon, so I don't know. Who knows?
Why not? You never know.
I just wish they'd call me and say, look, why don't you have the match with Vince? But I don't think Vince wants in the ring with me.
That's right. I would. Well, last question here. There's a lot of people out there watching. They idolize you. You're their hero. What advice do you have, sir, for young wrestlers out there to want to get into this business?
Well, my advice to anyone, no matter what business it is you have to have a strong desire, you have to be dedicated, and you have to work hard. So if you have the desire, you have the dedication, you work hard, you can achieve anything. You really can. And to do it in the wrestling business, you really do have to have those three things. And you have to never come off of them, because when you lose your desire or you don't work hard enough, it's just not going to happen.
Well, thank you for that. My father he passed away in early 2019, but we watched wrestling, and he was a fan of yours.
Well,
he would finally watch this show knowing I got a chance to interview you.
Well, I'll tell you, he was one of the very few that were fans of mine. Now, there was a lot. I mean,
don't sell yourself short.
I was a bad guy. Now, I know when you were like 6 or 7 years old, you wanted to beat me up.
No, I can't beat anybody. I can't even get I can't get myself in the ring.
I really did a good job at being a good bad guy. I think the one thing that might be missing in our industry now is good bad guys. Good bad guys.
We always knew you're lovable.
Well, I kind of equate that now to like the politicians. There's some good bad guys out there and some good guys. So, but at the end of the day, they're all the same.
Well, thank you again for doing this. I really appreciate it. You didn't do a lot of interviews, but thank you very much for.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Honky Tonk Man, everybody. We'll be right back. Thanks again.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.